Save Yourself. That's Liz Tapia as Dark Beauty. Come on in here, Liz. Come on in, sit down, talk to us. I understand that you have a new project you're working on.
Yes, thanks so much for having me on today. I'm really excited to share a new project that I'm starting, and I call it my solo project, or it's going to be eventually titled as the Liz album. And this song that the listeners just heard is from Fall from Grace, and that's from the Dark Beauty project. So I actually have two different projects that I'm working on right now.
Right, and we thank you so much for sharing the new project with us, which we will be talking about in just a few moments, and also we'll also be playing a track from the new project. First, I want to tell our listeners that we have a treat for them, thanks to you, Liz. Liz has put up a couple of tracks of hers that are, as a matter of fact, she's put up this track as a couple of downloads so we can have two winners. And all you have to do to get a free download of the track that you just heard is drop a line to David@TheDavidBowers.com. Email David@TheDavidBowers.com, and we're going to take the first two emails that we get to send off the link to download this. Thank you, Liz.
Oh, you're welcome. Happy to share.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be able to have it to share with the people. John Bon Jovial, you're sitting there awful quiet.
Well, it's just because I can't get a word in edgewise. You won't be quiet. Hey, Liz, welcome back to the show. It's great to have you. I wanted to make a comment on this song that we just played, Save Yourself. And all I can say is just, wow. You know, it's really nice. I mean, it's like a dream sequence, and I don't know if that was your intention, but that was, after listening to it for about a minute and a half to 2 minutes, I'm thinking to myself, this is like a dream sequence, and a very pleasant one. What were you thinking about when you laid down this track?
That's the magic question. First, thank you so much for thinking of it in that way. And, for me, it's an interesting track because it's the very first song that I have ever written and sort of, thrown out there to the world to see what kind of feedback I was going to get. And fortunately, it was very well received, and that's really what started the entire Dark Beauty project, which is what led me to start working on the character of the Dark Angel. So this song was something that, I was so brand new to writing, and I can't pinpoint an exact moment that I can say to you, as to how it came into my head. This is like 10 years ago. But it was just something that I was just inspired to write, and I wanted something melodic, and I know I wanted to do something to mix a little bit of an operatic style with rock. And so I started piecing it together, and I thought it would be really interesting to have this sort of dark angel character kind of tell her lover to, try to get him to turn away before it becomes too late. And that's sort of how I thought of it back then, I think.
Well, it to me, it just had such an ethereal quality to it. And as David will tell you, I never get to listen to the music beforehand. My first exposure to it is as we're doing the show. And other than the minute or so that I spoke to you, on the closed circuit, I got to listen to the whole song. And, I look at things from a technical point of view. I look at production values. I try to figure out, what do I prefer in something like this? Do I like analog? Do I like digital? And I really think that this is something that it's kind of hard to put my finger on is why I like this. I just really do. And if this is an example of what you're going to be doing with this new record, I just think that's fantastic. I truly do.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you're enjoying this track. It came out, I think, better than what I thought it was going to come out when I first did it. And I owe that to my producer, Artie Rodriguez. He's a genius when it comes to being behind the board, and he knows exactly what to add to make the song really pop. And the song already had a Middle Eastern sort of flavor to it, and I thought it would be kind of fun to add that little operatic part in the beginning, and then, mix that in with a little bit of rock, a little bit of sort of Middle Eastern beats, and
I didn't think about that. Middle Eastern, that really, I think that might be what ties it all together, because it does have that kind of quality to it.
Yeah, it definitely has that sort of vibe throughout the entire song, and it's a really fun song to perform live, and we're finding that the audience is really having a good time when they get to hear us, doing this live on stage. So it's been a blessing to be able to have this as my first track ever written that I put out there, and I'm hoping that I can do something similar in the future, and along this line where I can mix a little more of sort of operatic vocals with a little bit of rock, and who knows if I can come up with at least a similar combination that will give me another sizzling kind of tune.
Excellent. David?
Oh, I agree 100%, and it was fascinating listening to you, Liz. It's it is just I understand why I was amazed and caught on that you had some serious classical training, and it shows through, as it does in the new project that you're working on, Coffee for One. Tell us about that track and how you conceived of it.
Coffee for One was a fun song that sort of came to me. I was really interested in writing something that didn't have a lot of complicated parts to it, and I wanted to write something melodic and fun, a little upbeat. Even though it does have some dark overtones, I thought it would be just nice to be able to write something that was a little bit simpler in style. So this is really about, this character is sort of tormented, and she keeps sabotaging her own relationship, which is sort of what this song is about. And she's waking up to very lonely mornings, enjoying her coffee all by herself. But
you can feel that in the song too. It's I was really a bit surprised that you took this tack, but not that you were able to carry it off, because as we have already explored, you have the talent, you have the voice, and it's just a matter, I feel, of you applying whatever mood strikes you, whatever path you want to proceed down in your creation of the music. And I was really impressed with this new track, which we'll be playing in just a couple of minutes. First, are you doing any touring at all?
As a matter of fact, we are. Dark Beauty is getting ready to take the stage in March, and we'll be doing a few dates in New Jersey and a couple of dates in New York, and everything is listed on my website. So if you just go to darkbeautymusic.com, you can find everything there. There's a live event tab, and all of the dates are listed there, and it's basically March 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. And we will be performing with, we have a great lineup. Potter's Daughter will be performing with us, and also Stratospherious. So we have a really, really cool lineup.
Makes me wish I were back on the East Coast and could catch you there. Don't forget Southwest Florida and the Phoenix area in Arizona. We'd like to see you out here too. And I love how you slid right into that, which was what I was hoping you would do, by giving them your website and the information of what's coming up there. And we want to thank you for coming by and seeing us again. And maybe when you get the whole album done, you'll be able to come back and see us again.
Thank you so much for having me on, and thank you for supporting my music. I really appreciate it.
And we appreciate you coming here. Want to share this new song, and I'm just getting the sign that, we got blessed. We've got a little extra time. I don't want to cut you off if we have some extra time here. So we were talking about your new track that we're going to play here in another couple of minutes, I see. But what is this? Is this the way the album will be going? Is it the direction you'll be going with the whole album, or is it going to be a variety?
I think it's going to end up being a variety since this is sort of a new area that I'm exploring, and it's kind of neat because I get to step outside of the Dark Beauty project, and it allows me to explore more of different topics and just write from the heart and not have to stand by a storyline. So I have a feeling it's going to be a variety of styles, but I think it's going to be exciting too because it's going to give me a new direction.
Absolutely, I got to agree with you there. And it does, not only does it show off a different side of your talents, it gives you, as you